Hello, my tweakers. Not that you're tweakers, but I am a tweaker. I'm a crackless crackhead, ADHD and autism. My boy's got them dogs out for free. Anyway, me and him. No, I'm not. Just me. Thank you for joining me so much. And we're going to talk about some movies. Not him, though, because he can't speak. And we're just going to stop torturing him. Yeah, I love you. Not just for content. I'm using the tools I got on hand, you know. Sometimes there has to be a cat. All right. So, thank you for joining me today. We are going to talk about Blink Twice. So, before I get into it, I'm already planning on doing a kind of format where, like, the first half, I will start with, like, a spoiler-free review. And then once I've basically gone as much as I can into it, without getting into spoilers, I will give plenty of warning, and then we'll transition into then talking about the nitty gritty of it. So, Blink Twice is a 2024 mystery horror thriller film, or like some of the tags for it were psychological thriller, or psychological horror, and dark comedy. I can't word, man. I just can't. Don't worry, YouTube. I'm hitting a pure bar. You know? No nicotine. It's actually pretty nice. Got my hands on one a couple days ago. It's great. It's great. I love my pure bar. But anyway, yeah. Psychological thriller, dark comedy. The main antagonist stars in and is played by Channing Tatum. Bro, when I was younger, I had a thing for Channing Tatum. Not like that. Like I want to fuck him. No, I mean, maybe if I had the chance, of course. But like, who wouldn't? It's Channing Tatum. If you told me that you got the opportunity and no strings attached, and you wouldn't, FBI. Look at them. Look at he, them, they, her. Cover all the bases. Anyway, so this is a directorial debut of Zoe Kravitz. You might know her or have seen her as Black Woman. Oh my God, we're keeping it in because that's actually a amazingly horrible cat. She plays Catwoman in the Batman with Robert Pattinson. I think the earliest time I can remember seeing her in a film was in Divergent. I'm sorry, Black Woman really got me off guard. No editing, because I'm not that skilled yet, but we're gonna have a good time. So anyway, this is her directorial debut, and I want to say, well done. So, the main premise of this whole thing is that there's a billionaire played by Channing Tatum, and the main set where the most of the part of everything takes place is like this huge island he has. Where, like, you can, I think it says in the trailer, but it's just like, oh, I have chickens, and, it's just so, I don't even know if I can get into this without spoilers. Hold on, I'm gonna try hard. We got this. So it's basically about two waitresses that are invited to a billionaire's island for, like, a fun vacation getaway, okay? And it all seems fun, and they're having a great time doing psychedelic drugs and stuff. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I'm not gonna start this over, so we're just gonna go. They just do fun billionaire stuff, and then things start to, the main character starts to get some ideas with what's going on with the, because plot and stuff, and just all the subtleties. I felt like the vibe was amazing, because I wouldn't necessarily call this, like, this isn't really a slasher, because there are some moments of, like, brutal action in this film, but it's not really what is holding up this film on its own two legs. Because to me, I think that's the writing, the characters, like, the plot, soundtrack was good, it looked pretty good, I laughed, and there was, like, one moment where, like, something happened, like, and I'm just like, okay, it's not really, a person breaks a branch while crawling from thing to not be discovered by, not saying that it's not a human, but I'm just calling it thing, so you don't know shit. But a twig breaks, and I don't know why, but I'm just sitting in the theater like, and Channing Tatum is a perfect fucked up guy. He's so perfect. So I should have said this. This is not for the lighthearted. This is very, very fucked up. I mean, but if you're, like, going to this for some supernatural or just really blown out, gory blood fest with decent-ish plot, I mean, this isn't it. It's really not. It's its own thing. And that's what I loved about it. And the fact that this was her directorial debut, like, me and my mom saw this, and we're just like, okay, more please. Like, because I understand if, and the whole thing is when the main, like, messed up element gets revealed, like, you might, some people can probably pick up on what's going on, but it's like, when you find out, when I found out, I felt like a little overwhelmed for like 10 minutes, and then the movie did what the movie needed to do. The movie did what it needed to do. It really did. I just realized that I just connected my headphones. I was talking at a decent volume, the fan's off. Thought we're going for it, and then I'll listen to it before I post it. But anyway, yeah, it's just, I really love Channing Tatum in this. There was, just the plot was good, everything was decent, it was pretty good. Even, like, when it was kind of slow and nothing really was happening, it was still fun and kind of uneasy, and I like that. And now, spoiler warning, if you don't want to know the nitty-gritty or any specific details about the movie, go please, because I don't want to ruin that experience for you. And don't blame me, because it's been like 15 seconds. Anyway, so the whole thing starts with this kind of, it starts with, like, Channing Tatum giving an apology video of some of his behaviors that happened a year ago, and he's kind of doing an interview, and he's like, I'm deeply sorry for my actions, and it's just, this is such a fantastically executed film. It's just it's a cinematic masterpiece. The cinema slut in me came. yeah, so like starts with apology, and it's like, oh, I have this island now. When you find out at the end he's had the island, and so this whole thing starts with this lady, I forgot her name. That's such an L move. I'm just gonna call her Red Rabbit, because she's the main antagonist. She's the main protagonist. Yeah, I got that right. She's the main protagonist. I think the antagonist is or vice versa. You know what I mean. She's the main interest of the film. That's the main character. Main good character is not part of the fucked upness. So it's just fantastic, because it kind of gets into the thing of just, you have all this power. You have, well, not all that. You do, but you have all this money that nothing is off limits to you, and you are at such a high standing, like, fucking financially, agriculturally, like, just all the bases are covered. Like, Slater King, played by Channing Tatum, was in this film. It's just, because, so you know when I describe things, the main thing of this whole film is that the guests that weren't, like, Slater King or any of Slater King's friends, or, like, so any of the guests that weren't them, they, like, had perfume they would put on themselves, then made them forget. And the way you would remember is by getting, like, it's consuming or getting bitten by a snake to get snake venom inside, like, you know what I mean, just get it in your blood flow, because that helps you remember. And and you know, you might hear all this and be like, oh, that I don't think yeah, all the guests get fucking raped every night, and there's this one blonde boy, and I guess that they like to switch it up. I mean, respect, they're covering all their bases. It's 2024. Love that. But god fucking damn, bro, like, literally, this, and the main Red Rabbit, the main protagonist, you find out towards the end that she was there at the island last year, and in the beginning of the film, you see a weird, like, gash in the side of her head, and you find out it's because she fell on a rock from being sedated after being raped, like, a year before the events that currently happened in the movie were going on. And we find that out towards the end. And this lady that works on the island that rounds up and kills the snakes, because there's snakes on the island. And of course she has to round up and kill the snakes, or else there's a chance of a snake biting someone and having them remember. Like Jess, the main protagonist's friend, who was also on the island. Jess and Red Rabbit were both invited to the island. She was the first one to die, because that was, when we saw her get her fucking neck snapped, that was, like, the first flashback of us actually seeing what the fucked upness was, you know what I mean? Because the main protagonist drank snake venom, because the, like, snake wrangler was like, Red Rabbit, and, like, and I love it, because when she was saying it, like, the first 2 or 3 times we saw her on screen, it didn't sound like it. It sounded mumbled, and you realize why she called the main protagonist Red Rabbit, because her thing was doing animal nails, so having, like, animals painted on her acrylic nails, and she had red rabbits. And that, I just think that it ties it all so together, all, like, perfectly together with, like, the scar thing, because you're just like, is that not gonna fucking happen? And even one scene, Channing Tatum's like, where'd you get that scar from? And she's like, oh, I don't remember. And that's, like, because he got to a point where he could do heinous things, and he would get his buddies and, like, other guys, and, like, oh, they won't remember a thing? Like, And when the girls do remember and they like snap back, first off, the main protagonist is the first one to remember, and then she gets another. I think, like, I don't want to get into every detail, but the ending is also phenomenal. But just the whole thing. And there was one scene where, like, so Channing Tatum was probably, like, practicing his "I'm sorry." And there was one scene where, he was talking to our girl, and was just like, "I'm very ashamed and sorry for my actions. I'm sorry. 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 I'm sorry." Better? Like, I love seeing actors get into, like, act like these fucked up people. And the whole thing is, Channing Tatum's whole thing was, like, imagine you can just forget your trauma. And, like, one kind of a part of his monologue towards the end is, like I would go golfing with my dad, and my sister would look at me and say, how could you stand next to that man after what he did to us? What did he do to us? I don't remember. What did he do? And it's just, it takes that whole, because some people might, like, in hindsight, being able to, like, forget your trauma might be good for some people, but I feel like it's healthier to, like, face it on and overcome it, and just, you know, it's a trial. It's a trial you're gonna have to face as a human being. If you've been through traumatic experiences, or life's just hit you with a, just hang in there, gang. I don't remember what I was going, but, like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you just face your thing, face your trauma. Yeah, but when life hits you with a, like, I know, sometimes I'd love to forget, but, like, it lingers in the back of my mind, and I know it, and I've accepted it. Sometimes when it's brought up, it upsets me, because it's, like, awful, but, like, being able to forget any trauma thing, yeah, that'd be fun. But not for how it's used in this fantastic film, that I'm going to give a mother flippin' 9 out of 10, which is exactly what I gave it on IMDb, because I'm a film nerd. I was gonna do outro music, but we're gonna hit him with the thank you for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow.